It is time for Snatch Game here on the Drive-Thru Review with me, Nutella Versace. And this week we're going to review episode 5 from Drag Race Holland. And my special guest this time is the one and only, the multifaceted and talented, the Kameleon.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. And you're looking very club kid.
Sederginne inspired, yes.
Yeah, pink and green.
Love it, love it. And you're looking gorgeous as well, darling, I have to say.
Of the
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, look at her. Serving looks. Love it.
Yeah, so fishy with those big lips. Yeah.
Envy could never.
Yeah.
Loves it, loves it.
Which are the girls that you actually know you're kind of like rooting for?
Well, I was really surprised by Chelsea Boy. Well, there was during filming, of course, we have a small scene, so there's this little tea going around, which I'm like, Chelsea Boy? Oh, wow.
Spill some tea.
Yeah, and I heard like, yeah, she's turning out some really awesome stuff. So I was really like having high expectations, and then the promo came out with like the blue look, and like it was kind of gag because I'm like, I know Chelsea Boy as the masculine figure, and I know that they are non-binary, so I know that the line is often blurred.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised to see that they would turn it around as much on the show, which is great, and I'm rooting for it. Yeah, Envy is, of course, was a shoo-in to be on. I mean, everyone was surprised, but I wasn't. And all the girls, I'm just really proud to see my little bubble of like our little culture where we have love for everyone, that they get like this high platform. I'm just really proud to see it. I'm rooting for a lot of people.
Yeah, me too. Same. So the episode starts, announcing that they're going to be doing Snatch Game. The part of the show we're all looking forward to. But first they have a mini challenge.
Yes.
And they're going to have a nude photo shoot. They're going to be butt naked, not in drag. What did you think about that?
When I said it, I thought it was a bit strange, but I was like, it doesn't have anything to do with drag per se. And I don't know, for me, I'm like, I like coming back to Envy, I kind of relate to her issues a little bit. So for me, it was like, oh, if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't be happy either. But I think in the end, and especially with like Envy's little storyline, I thought it was done tastefully, at least. Yeah.
I think so too. I think the pictures look good. They all looked good, actually. Like with you, I can relate as well. Like I'm not very thin, like I always had like a little body issues as well when I was younger. So for me, that's always like something I have to overcome.
Yeah.
To go naked. I mean, I think it's stupid to be ashamed of your body. So I would do it. I'm sure of it. But I understand there's a little bit like...
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Especially in the gay scene, which is very body obsessed and going to the gym and stuff. So I can relate, but she looked amazing.
She did.
Which picture did you like the best?
Ooh, Abby just always, she doesn't need to be in drag. She just fucking serves it. I love it. I loved her photo.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite, darling?
I liked Mama Queen because it was the most like fashion and androgynous.
Yeah.
But I also really like Chelsea Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Sederginne,
I love Chelsea Boy.
Sederginne just looked sexy. And he looked finally his age a little bit and not older.
I love what he said about, I just take a lot of new pics for Grindr. I'm like,
yeah.
True.
Well, who hasn't? And after that, they're going to prepare for a Snatch Game. And of course, I would like to know, who would you do for Snatch Game?
I'm going to keep that a little secret.
Well, just mention your third choice then.
My third choice? Maybe someone like Brigitte Kaandorp is like in my third choice.
Yeah, she's
down there.
She's funny.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And I'd love to make something funny out of like an old legend like Elton John or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a character. I think that's the secret to Snatch Game, that you pick someone that is already like a larger than life character. So did you think of the choices of the girls in Snatch
Questionable.
Game?
I thought Patty Bart was nice. I didn't know Mama Queen's choice. I wasn't like that familiar. I'm like, oh, that's a person, I guess.
Yeah.
Chelsea Boy sounded really interesting to also to have like an English character in a Dutch Snatch
Yeah.
Game, which I wouldn't be so sure about if I was like on the first season and like we're just trying it out. I'm like, boom, just gonna do an
Yeah.
international one. Michelle Cooks would could be funny if you do it well. Who else do we have?
We have Annie Schilder
Annie
and Mega
Schiller, but
Mindy.
Mega Mindy. That yeah, like if you have something really funny, then that could work. But Annie Schilder, I'm like, girl.
No.
I know the backstory of it. Like she told us why she chose
Yeah.
it, but that, just because she's from your village doesn't mean it's a great Snatch Game character. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she had this little story about her from Volendam and not being accepted there. And did you have similar experiences like Janey when you grew up?
Yeah, like there was my first year of like coming out when I was in high school that just people like didn't get it. Yeah, I was kind of being targeted for it, and not in a way that she was, because my lawn like my like I draw the line at like when it gets physical, then I don't fight. I'm not like a physical person like to hurt someone. That's not my first reaction. But if I'm backed up in the corner and like people are standing in front of me, like bitch, I'm gonna you'll get it. But it's good that people are telling their stories, especially in our country, from their experience growing up to who they are today. And I thought that was really well done.
I think so too. And I think I already mentioned the other times I can relate. Like I was bullied when I was younger. I was targeted. I was, small. I felt like weak. Literally felt I had a target on my back.
Yeah.
And I got like on the way to school, at school, and on the way back, I got like from different groups of people, I got harassed and, pushed around and beaten. It was kind of like, okay, or, I'm going to end myself or I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight back. Finally, it was this click, like I'm gonna fight back, but I'm not like a physical person. My sense of humor became really my weapon in fighting back, making jokes, getting a big mouth. Like if I can't be like big physically, I'm gonna get a big mouth. So, and that was kind of like for me like a change.
No, I get that. I do relate with that as well. Like I feel like I became very verbally more capable
Yeah,
versus back then.
well, good for us because now we're here
Yeah,
talking and judging.
love that for us. Yeah.
So now we get into the snatch game. They have the guest judges. First of all, Carlo Boshart, which I
Hmm.
think is the best choice for this
Oh,
because he's, famous for TV Kantine and doing characters, and he's really good at it. And then we have Monica Geuze, who I didn't know who she was.
well, her little brother does drag.
They should have asked him then.
Yeah, that's
I was kind of like, what is she doing here? Who is she? Fred was kind of, oh, my friend Monica Geus has another friend of yours. Fred, you need new girlfriends because they're basic, you know.
yeah.
So Snatch Game finally starts.
Hmm.
Well, I think it's obvious who were the good ones, but I'm going to ask anyway. Who did you think did well?
Uh, Envy did very good. Chelsea Boy, I do have to say that it was a good impersonation, but make it funny. I mean, it's like it's
Yeah,
spot on. Makeup is spot on, costume is spot on, the mannerisms are spot on, but I didn't feel like it wasn't a knee slapper for me.
yeah. I kind of agree with you with Joe Exotic. I think it was a bold choice. I think he did it very well. I think he was funny because he did. Joe Exotic is a funny guy,
Hmm.
unintentional. I think he nailed the accent, which I think is hard if English or American is not your native language. But I think he did a great job overall.
That's actually the two who
Yeah,
stood out the most, and that's very disappointing, especially from like the first Snatch Game ever.
yeah. I think only 2 out of 6 that like there were not even a few that were mediocre. It was kind of like you had 2 good ones and the rest was bad.
Yeah, very that.
And I thought, how are they going to do this? Are they going to do only Dutch celebrities or can they talk English? but apparently they can. So I think that's going to change very much for season 2
Yeah, I
if
think
you're
so.
allowed to do international characters, because I think Abby would have done better, maybe, an international character.
Yeah, yeah.
But having said that, her Michaela Cox was
It
not
wasn't it,
there.
girl. It wasn't it.
No, it
No.
was not it.
And that's where I think that some girls, which is not reading or shading or anything,
Yeah,
were just really low on performance. I mean, they can turn out a fabulous performance if it's up to their strength. Like they could
yeah,
decide a song, they could decide a look and
yeah.
everything, but they're not as versatile performers as sometimes the
No,
American girls are, and it's just
and it shows.
disappointing. Yeah,
But
it showed.
and I had the same with Janey. I think, the, yeah, Annie Schilder. I don't think that's like an hilarious character to choose.
No.
But I was surprised with Sederginne Mama Queen because I did think Mama Queen had some acting skills. She was funny in the Gooise Vrouwen challenge. So I expected more from her. And Sederginne as a comedy queen, I expected more as well. Do you feel like Sederginne was under pressure even more than the other girls because he is the comedy queen?
Well, I
He is the
certainly did
comedy.
not expect him to bomb Snatch Game. um, but yeah, I think there's like this magnifying glass. Like, if you're the comedy queen, Snatch
Yeah.
Game should be your fucking thing. I don't know. He said that, like, if I had another character, then it could work and whatever. But I'm like, yeah, well, you make your choice, you duck your grave, go live.
He could have done Kadri, like all the three girls changing wigs. That could have been funny. I don't know. I think everybody's very hard on Sederginne, even though Megamindi flopped. I do feel he had prepared something and he tried. Like, and some girls were not even trying. They were kind of
True.
like,
That's true. That's true.
so I do think he deserves a little bit more credit. Do you consider yourself a comedy queen?
Well, I do have the acting chops for it.
Yeah,
And I do have like my ideas to make like a Snatch Game work in my best of my abilities. What the thing is with a comedy queen, like you put yourself in like this box of like, oh well, this is the only
yeah,
thing I can do. And I feel like with what I try to do and what I try to bring in drag and into the scene, it's more than that. But if you're gonna like give me a stereotype, then it's probably a comedy queen.
yeah. And I think also like it's easier if nobody expects you to be funny because then
True,
it's kind of like a surprise.
true.
And the surprise can already make people laugh. And I think that happened to Envy. Betty Bart was an excellent choice.
Yeah.
And you could tell she studied her, she came prepared. But also, I don't think a lot of people expected her to be funny.
Yeah, that's the fun thing. Like the contrast is really nice with like I've seen some girls like do turn out some really funny shit while they're like fucking beautiful. I think that with Snatch Game, there's like this point where I don't know, you kind of see it on the girls' faces when it's like announced by Rue that it's like the week to do Snatch
Yeah.
Game. They're like, fuck, shit, we have to do it. And it's like there's like this anxiety that like kind of goes over them, especially because it was the first Snatch Game. They don't know how it will be in the Dutch one. I would be nervous as well if I was
Yeah.
one of the first to actually like try it and
Yeah.
do it.
It is very scary to do.
Yeah.
I did it once and I was very scared. And I was glad when it was over. I was better in character after the Snatch Game because I was relieved, so I couldn't stop being in that character. But it did go well. So I was really like full of adrenaline. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing Donatella Versace, so
Oh, I
blonde
love that.
hair, big lips.
Oh, work. Love it.
I thought also it was like a short Snatch Game. Like after 2 questions, it was kind of like, okay, done.
There wasn't much, I think.
I think so too. I've
Got the
I've
best.
heard also like that Snatch Game was not great. So a little bird told me.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go back to the runway and they're preparing, and the theme is split personality. The theme of the runway is a bit confusing
Yeah.
because the girls say split personality. Then RuPaul says half man, half queen. What did you think about that?
I think production basically meant that one runway from season 7 you have to do, and which I was happy about that not everyone took the male and female part and run with it. Like I'm happy people stuck to
Yeah.
their guts. We're already like discussing then the non-binary
Yeah.
discussion which happened on the episode. I feel like non-binary it's a relatively new term. With society has been about gay and lesbian stuff like 10 years ago. I feel like that's non-binary now. People don't understand it as much. People don't get it. People are
Yeah.
not like informed about it, and that showed. It really showed this week. Because also, I don't think production is particularly run by queer people.
No.
As well, it's noticeable, and also with the judges, it's very almost disheartening to see that a little bit of an ignorance
Yeah.
there still is.
I also feel maybe production changed the theme to split personality because I assume that they taped RuPaul months ago.
Yeah,
I think maybe because I know that production gets to see the outfits and the looks. So
yeah,
production must have known that Mama Queen and Chelsea Boy would have these
true.
more
Yeah,
conceptual, not very strict to the theme. So
yeah.
maybe they changed it afterwards to,
I think that happened. Yeah.
but still I feel they should have informed the judges about it. So there's a part ignorance, but I think also they didn't get the same briefing as the girls.
No, that's true. That's true. I agree. I agree. I think
Yeah.
probably that's what's happened, but it was still just disheartening to see. I mean, it was really
Yeah.
affecting Mama Queen. I know that Chelsea Boy identifies as non-binary too. I don't know. It's just it's something to think about.
And I think also it's a missed opportunity, like you said. This could have been an opportunity for the show to discuss non-binary and for a bigger audience.
Yeah,
Maybe,
exactly. Like if it's gonna go that route anyway, I'm still happy that like Mama Queen and Chelsea Boy got to do their say in the confessionals and
yeah,
like clear up well why they're doing what they're doing.
yeah.
So I think in that way, I'm happy that it happened.
Also, we have to talk about, before we go to the looks of the girls, about Fred's look, because he's looking finally like a real drag queen. Yes,
Mm-hmm. I
I
love
think
that.
I think this was the best look till now. And the dress was by Berend Brus. I really like that Fred is taking Dutch designers and showcase their dresses through the form of drag.
Yeah, I also heard that this is the week where they finally got face tapes for Fred. Maybe a bit noticeable on the face.
Yeah,
I love that for her. Yeah, yeah, I love the dress. I really did. Also the hair made by
yeah,
Vivaldi, which was really looking
yeah.
sculpted and snatched.
And the
So
makeup. It was finally a complete drag look. And the other judges, well, uh, Fred's best friend Nikki, yeah,
meh.
meh. Zangeres Rut Jacot, which I think is a fun lady. I think she's fun. She's done a lot of musicals, so she must know a few of us.
Well, I think it's forgivable if the guest judges is particularly like queer based or
Yeah,
anything, but just the main judges should
yeah,
have a little bit of affinity with us.
yeah,
A little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit.
And not just with our shoes.
What's what's the problem with shoes on this version of the show? I'm kind of confused.
I don't know. I think Nikki has a shoe fetish or something
She
because
does. She does.
she only comments about the shoes.
Yeah.
It's not nerve,
Very that.
uniqueness, talent, and shoes.
Very that. Very that. God, she would read me to filth. I'm not even wearing shoes right now.
Oh, and your
Look at
socks are
my
dirty
filthy
too.
sock,
What?
bitch. I like that. No, it's just like the whole discussion of like having good shoes. I'm like, I have two pairs of shoes because I have enormous big feet, and now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, if I have to get on season two, I'm just gonna buy shoes, nothing else. I'm gonna walk the runway bare naked with just shoes.
Well, I hope she's not there in season 2.
So
I hope.
we hope.
Yeah. And last but not least, Carlo Boshart, which I think is great. Um,
Fantastic.
Also a bit weird. He judges Snatch Game, and I feel the other judges are not looking at Snatch Game, they're just judging the runway.
Yeah, it's questionable production at times.
Yeah, it was a weird episode for me.
Yeah, same. I get it.
Okay, let's talk the runway. Oh, you have to do your makeup.
Mm. I have nothing on, just a little chapstick and
Yeah,
mascara.
little green chapstick. First up is Abby. OMG.
Hated it. I hate the look.
It was too simple.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm like that's what you come with ties. That's the concept.
Do something like Vivian Westwood, like have kind of like this exaggerated hip or dress in plaid or something, that ties in with the ties. She looked like a girl that went to a frat party.
Very, very that.
Vrijdag nacht op de Zuidas.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. It's a boot.
And immediately after comes Envy and showing Abby how it's done.
Yeah, it's like the better version of what Abby did.
Better version.
Yeah, yeah. It was like Fred said. It was simple, but it's well executed, so I cannot be mad about it.
Yeah, I feel it's a little bit. It's done well. It's simple, but it's kind of also safe. It's not.
Yeah, very.
For me, it's not wow. Like, oh my god, I was not expecting this.
Very.
It is what you expect, actually.
Yeah, actually it is.
It is.
Sorry, girl.
Okay, but she does it well. She does it well. Then we get Mama Queen.
I love that. I love that.
I thought it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it really was, and I love the concept of like just the half of like an Ida Saboteur thing. It's
Yeah,
stunning. I love that.
and even separate from the whole man-woman thing, you could clearly see it was two sides of the same person.
Very, and that's important because with Abby and with Envy, that line, it's not completely there, so the look looks a bit confusing at times.
If the theme was split personality, I immediately see that. Like for me, it was kind of wow. The dark side you could even see as more androgynous.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And then we get Chelsea Boy doing Mystique.
Oh, I live. It's really well done. I really got the concept. I love the little like sparkly accents of like this little like schubbe. What do you call them? Just like little snake
Scales.
It was everything. It was amazing. It was show stopping. Never the same. Loved it.
And I loved really the story like in mid transition, even mid transition from male to female or female to male. I felt that was a great concept by itself, and I think he'd done it very well. And then we get Janey, where everybody gagged over the mirror, but I didn't like it.
All right, can I expose Janey for a little bit?
Oh, what?
No, like a friend of mine sent me like a video, and it was oddly similar to her idea. What?
Well, yeah, I've seen it too. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I also thought the mirror looked really weird and cheap. Also, the boy side, like Nikki said, like, "Oh, do you wear that as a boy?" And I'm like, she was like, "Yeah, I wear this. This is my fashion." I'm like, no, it's not. I've seen you as a boy. You don't wear that fucking shit. Nobody will. It's so like it looked like a toddler.
Yeah.
But a gay toddler, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
very.
I did think that the Janey side looked really stunning. Actually, I really like.
But she always does.
She always does.
She always does. And then we get, last but not least, Sederginne. Your spirit animal today.
I'm just channeling all the Belgian power.
If Biggie and Kermit had a baby,
it would be me, bitch.
Well, you get a chameleon.
God, it's her fault.
Yeah.
The look. No, in my like honest opinion about drag, like I'm not saying like I'm some expert on it. I do think I'm kind of good, but I do always think you need like a shape going on. And I felt like with the suit, it just didn't fit well. It didn't fit very great. Also, like, and not even to talk about the makeup, like the glitter beard was just awful.
Kermit with a glitter beard, like why?
Trying to do like
Yeah,
those with black lines. It just did no
no,
girls. No, no, just a no.
no, no. And I agree with the judges. The outfit looked cheap. Yeah, there were many wrong choices. Like if you don't have the makeup skills, don't try and do something like that. Also,
Exactly, exactly.
I like Sederginne and I felt bad that, he had such a bad week. Then they're judging, like we talked before. Carla Boshart is apparently only judging the Snatch Game. And he says Chelsea Boy as Joe Exotic is the winner of Snatch Game.
I think it was more like his winner. I got
Yeah,
confused a little bit.
yeah. And also, again, Nikki Plesse with the shoes. Like it's episode 5. I think there's not one episode where she doesn't mention something about shoes. Like I was ready to go, like, girl, bye.
And again, it's her just being like at the end so proud of what she said. Like she's saying something like
No,
incredibly smart. I'm like, girl, no, no,
no,
no, ma'am, no.
no. Oh, she's so basic. Fred, again, you need new friends.
Mhm. No, I just hope there will be an improvement on season 2,
Yeah.
especially since I'm on it.
Well, Envy Peru wins this week, which is, I think,
Yeah,
fair in the sense like I liked her Snatch Game was the funniest, like as Betty Bart, and her runway look was good,
yeah.
safe, but done well. 3 wins in a row. It's getting a bit boring. Do you think production is gonna inject some drama so it's not obvious that Envy is gonna be the winner?
Mm, I don't know. I hope they do. That would make it a bit more entertaining.
Yeah,
I think we're all gonna. I think we're all can guess what's gonna happen,
yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see.
And the bottom again is Abby and Sederginne. Were you surprised by that?
Well, completely honest, there's a lot of spoilers going on in the Amsterdam scene, so I kind of
Yeah,
knew what was gonna
yeah,
happen. But when I heard it, I still was like, Sederginne on Snatch Game, lip syncing, and going home. The
yeah.
guy, the lip sync itself, girl, girl, girl.
It was not a great song as
It was
well.
not a great song, though. I hate the song, honestly. Like, if you're gonna do Anouk, like, there's a lot of songs like you could have picked instead.
Nobody's wife.
Exactly. Like we're all waiting for it. But I did think Abby successfully did the lip sync and won. That was fair.
I didn't think it was fair because I feel Abby did not show any progress compared to the last 2 weeks.
Basically, looking at the lip sync, I liked Abby the best, but Sederginne had like a lot more to show and had a lot of highs prior
Yeah,
to her lip syncing. So that was sad to see.
I was sad because I think for the runway she deserved definitely to be in the bottom.
Mhm.
Snatch Game she bombed, but like I said earlier, I do feel she made more effort than Abby did.
Yeah.
And I do feel she had such a strong track record. She's been always in the top, and Abby has been in the bottom 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that Fred should have saved Sederginne. But, it's TV and they decided differently. So it's
Exactly.
it's bye bye Sederginne, which I think she made an lasting impression anyway. So,
She had a
uh,
good run. She
yeah.
should be proud.
Next week, it's time for the makeover challenge. And we see Nikki Plesse crying, not about shoes, but
Knew it.
apparently they're getting to do a makeover on their family members, which should
Yes.
be interesting.
Hmm.
Maybe that's the reason why they kept Abby.
Well, I did. I paused like the promo for a little bit so I could look at the looks. But Abby doing a full on Mortal Kombat inspired runway. I live. I live everything. I can't wait to see it.
Okay. So maybe next week she's not lip syncing.
Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, final. Like, who do you think is your top 3?
My top three would be Chelsea Boy, would be Envy, and Janey. I think.
Okay. thank you for being in the show.
Thank you
And
so
where
much.
can people find you on the Instagram?
Well, you can find me at the.chameleon on Instagram, or you can find me at hungxltop on Grindr.
Oh, good to know. It's all in the details.
Yes, it is. It is.
And are you performing anytime soon with this corona? Nani?
No, everything's closed. All my gigs got canceled, so I'm just back with
Oh,
my Zoom shit.
yeah, back to Zoom. Well, thank you for Zooming with me.
Yeah, of course,
And
darling. Had a great time. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. Thank you again for watching the drive-thru review. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any other ideas or suggestions for me to do on a video, please leave a comment down below. See you next time. Ciao.